Mets Minute Nation, is me, Todd, back with another week of the Minute. It's been an interesting week for the Mets. You know, it's hard to be a general manager of a team. I think it's easy to criticize them and to, in the spur of the moment and when they're making decisions, say they're bad ideas or they're going to screw it up or whatever. If you think back to 2011, Jose Reyes was a free agent. He was coming off of a year where he had just become a batting champion for the Mets, the first one we had had in a very long time. And he was a free agent. It was this big decision about what we do with him. Do we re-sign him or not? We'll have David Wright becoming a free agent the year after that. And we decided not to sign him, and he went to a division rival, $106 million deal, and everyone was so upset that we lost Reyes. But at the end, that was the right move. He since then has had a lot of his skills diminish, his speed that we all knew would go as he kept having hamstring and leg injuries. And then, of course, he's gotten into some domestic trouble recently as well. He's been on 3 teams since he left the Mets 5 years ago. But here he is. He's back. And I think, once again, our GM, Mr. Alderson, is making the right decision in bringing him back now. For the league minimum, he'll pay him about $300,000 this year. And actually with an option for next year to pay him the league minimum again. And this is a brilliant move. It's not condoning all of his personal issues at all, and hopefully he's learned from those things. But from a baseball decision, this is a fantastic way to bring someone in for essentially free, because you have to pay somebody the league minimum to take his spot on the roster. But he brings a lot of things to the team. Speed, we haven't had speed at the front of the top of the order in a long time. Granderson, who's even older than Reyes, is hitting leadoff, and as good as he's done, I think that we should have a traditional leadoff hitter there, so that's great. Obviously, he's still a great defender with a rocket arm. And when he's right, he brings a lot to the team in terms of leadership and happiness and all those things that we loved Reyes for all those years ago. So I think our GM was correct in not signing him 5 years ago, and he's correct again bringing him back now. And I'm really excited to see what he brings to the team once he gets back from the minors and tunes up a bit. Why am I excited about that? Because the team itself right now isn't scoring any runs. We all know that in Mets Nation. 1 run in 11 innings on Saturday. We managed to score twice in the 9th inning here on Sunday, but of course lost to the Braves. So just totally uninspired efforts that ruin great pitching outings by our superior pitching, and something needs to happen. We've scored the 3rd lowest runs of any team in the majors this year and the 2nd lowest hits of any team, so it's not working. We're very much in a place where we were similar to last year when the offense was just horrible, and Sandy was able to work his magic in July to fix it, and we went from one of the worst offenses in the league to one of the best in the second half of the year. Last year was bringing in Cespedes, of course, which was the real trigger for it. The question is, what is it going to be this year? How can we actually change this team, which has a lot of raw talent, and it's just not coming together from an offense right now? Obviously, there's been a lot of injuries. Getting Duda back will be huge. It was great to get d'Arnaud back this week. Then you've got kind of a left field situation where we don't know what's going on with Conforto going down and our new rookie Nemo coming up in his place, and perhaps he serves the role that Conforto did last year that helped the offense jumpstart in the second half. And then third base, obviously Wright is gone, and in this kind of bizarre twist of fate, the player that we decided to move on from 5 years ago in Jose Reyes is now going to most likely replace the player that we decided to really double down on and commit to and make our captain and give him an 8-year deal in David Wright. So everything has come full circle for the Mets. Let's hope that these changes can spark the offense, but I don't know if they will. And so my question for you this week, before I answer the question from last week, is what moves can Alderson make? He's proven to have made a lot of good ones. What other good ones can he make this week and through July to spark this offense? Because without it, as good as our pitching is, we won't be back in the playoffs. So I'd love to know your thoughts on that. To my question from the last Mets Minute about what player coming off the DL is going to make the most difference, loved all the comments we've received, a lot of good perspectives there. I think myself personally, I would say Lucas Duda. We do need more power and just more run production in general. And when he's on, he's one of the better hitters in the game. And of course, he can slump as well. But we're getting just kind of mediocre power and production from Loney. He's been fine, but not great. And so we need to do something at first. We need to do something at third. And hopefully we've got some answers there. So Mets Minute, I appreciate you tuning in. Looking forward to seeing how July goes. Happy 4th of July to everybody. And we'll see you next week on The Minute.